Welcome, they call me Big Herc, and on this channel you will see basic motorcycle install videos, wind therapy, vlogging, just our motorcycle life, enjoying each other's company and meeting new people and going to new places. My adventurous side exploring life with my not so adventurous wife, but we enjoy doing things together and it's a match made in heaven.
Alright everybody, welcome back. Another episode here on Big Herc 80. It's your guy here, Herc. Well, today on this episode, it's a couple weeks after we came back from Daytona. Hadn't rode a bike since I got back, but while I was in Daytona, I noticed that my rear brake just didn't feel right. Don't know, I checked the fluid, it ain't the fluid. Don't know if it's actually the brake lever, the rear brake. Don't know if it's the brake lever, but I'm gonna pull the bags off. I'm going to check and make sure how good the rear pads are. So figured I'd record just to show people how you basically kind of diagnose and what you need to check when something just don't feel right. Already got the basic tools I know I'm gonna need. One is a 5/16 Allen head. That is to take the floorboard off. The one for the rear brake lever is actually a 1/4 inch. And, well, yeah, it's a 1/4 inch, but this is the one, it's 2 Allen head bolts at the very bottom. I will show y'all. But the first two that I was talking about is for these two. The next two are them right there. And then that one is actually a 5/8 bolt. So I got my 5/8 with me. Got my impact and I got my 2 ratchets. So we're gonna start taking it off and just see what we find. I'm one of those, if something does not feel right on your bike, you ride your bike every day, you know. So if something don't feel right, look into it to make sure that it's something that can be easily fixed, because if you don't, it can turn into a major problem or it can turn into possibly having an accident on the road. Trying to look into it and see what it is. I noticed it when I was riding down Main Street and through Bethune-Cookman, because we was going to slow speeds. So I didn't want to duck walk it the whole way. So if you ride the rear brake a little bit and keep power, it'll help keep the bike upright. Okay, first I'm going to remove, I think I'm going to remove the front one to begin with and see if I can just let it roll down out of the way for me. So we'll try that first. And as always, got my magnetic tray. Just take it all the way off, get out of the way. Set that to the side. Get my 5/8 to brake this one on the brake pedal. I got the actual floorboard off and I got all these brackets broke free. I still can't get the brake pedal off. What I'm gonna have to do is actually take the heat shield off my D&D exhaust. And I'm gonna show you. They are 5/16 bolts, but I have a total of 4. One here, 2 on the bottom, right? One's right there where my finger is, one's back here in the back, and one is up here on the front pipe. So I'm gonna release them, get that heat shield out of the way, and I will be able to take all this off. So what I think I found out that it's been doing that, but I noticed in Daytona because I was doing so much slow maneuvering, riding. This actual brake pedal has been hitting my lower. So I had to remove the heat shield. Here it is right here. You can see where the clamps was, hose clamps. So I had to remove it, and the way to remove it without taking the exhaust off, undo the clamp completely. That way it's apart. And what I mean is, take the clamp all the way out. Then you can just pry it off. Well, not pry it, but it'll come off. Okay, I'm got to a point to where I can explain to you what I'm gonna have to do. I know they said when I bought that extended pedal that it didn't work as well with lowers, but this one supposedly was supposed to work okay. Don't remember how far it was extended, but I'm gonna have to remove the lower to actually get this off. I'm gonna try to just do it without removing it. Just take off the bolt, this bottom bolt, and hopefully that'll give it enough room to free up to move, because I don't need much. Hopefully that brake pedal will come off and I'm going to put the stock length back on. Yeah, now I'm going to take off the saddlebag. After further investigation, I believe I know what's been going on. After I come over here and look, you can see right there where I've been hitting with the brake pedal up against the lower. Never realized it. I was just never been able to get my full, I wouldn't be able to press the pedal all the way down. So I was applying back brakes, but not the full amount. What I'm going to try to do now is put it back on kind of opposite of the way I took it off. I'm actually going to tighten those up first, not all the way down, but tighten them up, get them started. Put the brake pedal on because I can maneuver it around and line it up with the hole for the bolt and the quarter pin. And then put the heat shield back on. Line it up, rotate it back around. If I press down, yep, it's gonna work. Get my bolt. There, got it. Yep, got it through. So now I can run that quarter pin through the back. What I'm gonna try, but I doubt it, it might work. Try using some needle nose pliers to get it down through the hole. Is that through? Yep. Put it in, then rotate it back up around to me, and then spread them out. Let me see if I can get in there and show y'all what it should look like when you're done. Here is the quarter pin where my finger is. Hopefully y'all can see that, but you just spreading them apart. There's pull down, there's pull down, push up. So spread it apart. That way it kind of holds it in place. Now we will literally button everything back up. That bolt, that washer goes right here on it. Tighten it down, put the floorboard back on, put the heat shield back on, and we will be good to go. I put the master cylinder back on for the rear. So I put it back on, put the bolt, the nut back on for the actual rear brake pedal. Now we're going to put the heat shield back on. If y'all remember, I took it all the way apart. So I just gotta fish them back through, get them started, tighten down, put the floorboard back on, and take her around the block. All right, I got the heat shield tightened back up. As you can see, pulling on, it ain't loose nowhere. I hit them. I didn't have to because it's actually separate, I forgot. But only ones I needed to remove, it's one up top, right by the jugs. Then it's one right here, and one right there. And that is it. And that bottom heat shield, this one coming off that front, is loose, and you can pull it out and pry, not pry, but you can bend the clamp all the way out, and you can pull that whole heat shield off. Now I'm going to put the floorboard back on. But as you can see, it's all put back together, all tightened down. I checked everything, torqued it down just to make sure we was good and tight. Like I said, I'm gonna take it around the block. When stuff don't feel right on your bike, always check it. I can't stress that enough. You know your bike, you know when it's riding different, something's off. I don't know why I noticed it at Daytona as much, because I have done slow maneuvering before, but it just, something was off. So I wanted to check it. It's gonna be pretty later on this week, so I'm gonna get it cleaned up, wash it. But I wanted to check it and find out exactly what was going on. As I told you, I had the extended reach brake pedal. I think it might have been Kuriokin or one of the companies, but it actually told me if you have lowers, it might not work as well. Well, never noticed it, but as I showed y'all in the earlier part of the video, you can see where it was hitting the lower and never was fully being able to fully press it. So I think that's all it was. As I said before, my channel, I wanted to show people that you can do this work yourself. Just take your time with a few basic tools. You can do it yourself. You learn about your bike. You learn how everything works with your bike. Also, it saves you a little money, so you don't have to take it to a shop. A shop, you would have took it. They would have did what they call a diagnostics fee first. Would have checked it out, found a problem, then they would have fixed it. So not only do you learn a little bit, but you also save some money in the long run. So I just got back from going around the block. Let me tell you, it's night and day difference. I knew something was wrong in Daytona, but I didn't know quite what it was. Because I know I still have rear brakes, but I couldn't apply the pressure that I needed to go down through Bethune-Cookman, man, down Main Street at my comfort level. Like, I know I can go slow maneuver and ride the brake without having to duck walk it, but something was off. Something was off, so I knew I had to come home and check it out. Come to find out, like I said, I showed you in the early part of the video, it was actually my extended brake pedal was hitting the lowers. So anybody that has lowers on their bike that want to get the extended brake pedal, I'm just gonna warn you, you probably gonna hit the lowers. There's no way around it. So I took it around the block, night and day difference. I just wanna show y'all, when stuff is wrong with your bike, check it out. Make sure your bike is in good working order. You know your bike better than anybody else. So everybody that tuned in, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.